You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. So, to me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace. So, let's go ahead and pick up right where we left off, shall we? Yes, we are home with Shoichi, and he had just talked to his mother. I'm tired, can you guys not tell? It's 12:04 a.m. for me right now, but hell, I'm still bringing content to you guys, so let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you're up, and let's go. Let's see if we can make Shoichi happy today. Okay. When I turn to look, I see my mom dressed in her usual work attire, fiddling with her bag by the stairs. That's new. You're usually long gone by the time I wake up. My hours got changed a little bit. We got a few new hires in the office, so I don't need to be pulling overtime every day. Knowing you, you're probably super bitter about it. Mom puckers her lips with a humph, her brow furrowing deeply. So what if I like my work? It's much better than staying at home and being bored. Thanks, Mom. I love you too. You know that's not what I meant. My God, where did I put my keys? You mean the ones right here on top of the kitchen island? I grab at a pair of keys I noticed as soon as I walked downstairs, spinning them around on my thumb for effect. Oh, that's right. I left them there after I had dinner. I forgot. What did you think of it, by the way? It wasn't much, but I tried to change the spices mix I usually use a little. It tastes a little milder than usual, but as always, it was delicious. Heh, thanks. Will you drop by the school festival for a bit this week? You do have free time, apparently. I'll try, but I might just end up working on some stuff once I get home. Seriously, you're too much of a workaholic. It's okay to relax every now and again, you know. By the way, have you wished your father a good day yet? As soon as she says these words, I freeze. Mom? She slowly shakes her head sideways, sighing. You kids never pay him any attention. He's gonna get really lonely, you know. She walks up to a small wooden shrine we have in the corner of the living room. Eki and I keep the door to it closed all the time because we just don't like looking at it. Because of it, hardly anyone who comes here ever notices. Half the time, even I forget that it's there. Oh. Mom delicately opens the doors, revealing a few small pottery ornaments, an incense burner, and right at the center of the whole thing, a single frame picture of my dad. Oh, he looks like a sweet guy. Because Dad was never much one for pictures. The only good picture Mom could find of him was from back when he was in high school, too. It just creeps me out to see him looking so young. You know, your father probably misses you boys very much. It wouldn't kill you to pay your respects every now and again. Reaching inside her handbag, she grabs a lighter and uses it to light a stick of incense, placing it inside the burner. She kneels in front of the shrine, putting both of her hands together in prayer. I watch the whole thing from the corner of my eye, my throat suddenly feeling like it has something stuck in it. No matter how much I try, I just can't bring myself to watch it. To me, it just feels wrong. Like clinging to a past that won't ever come back instead of moving forward. I'm sure it must have been weirder for Aki. He never even got to meet the man after all. Have a good day, Ken. Still, as far as I know, she follows the same routine every day. Before leaving the house and before going to bed, day by day, always doing the same. My mind refuses to accept such a routine. I feel like if I were to start doing something like that, I'd just remain stuck in place. Mom gets up, fixing the hem of her skirt and walking to the door. I'll try to be home when you boys get back. If I can, I'll make dinner, too. I can't have you go doing everything around the house all the time. It's alright, you don't have to worry about that. You work really hard after all. She smiles, walking up to me and cupping my cheek with her left hand. You're really sweet, Shoichi, but I'm your mother. I'm the one who's supposed to be taking care of you, not the other way around. Sheesh, you don't have to fuss over every little thing. I love you too. Have a good day at the festival, okay? Oh, and if you see Shoichi-kun and Hitoka-chan, tell them I said hi. Will do. I walk up to the shrine Mom was praying to, making sure to put out the incense so it doesn't burn anything. You're not really here, are you, old man? As is to be expected, the picture cannot respond. Sighing, I close the door again, shutting it back inside. Just getting near to the school gates, I can already hear a lot of activity in the area. Lots of students arrived early in the morning to finish setting things up so all would be ready before the official start time. Which of course just makes it so they create an unofficial start time. I wasn't at all interested in waking up early, so I decided to come a little bit later than the morning. By getting there later in the day, there's more movement going around and more events have been prepared. Lots of different booths have been set up across the school grounds. Some of them are just games, others try to show part of our school curriculum in the way that might attract attention. Science experiments, diagrams, there are all kinds of setups fighting for attention. But the most popular end up being the foods. The smell of all kinds of foods wafts around the campus grounds, and tons of people gravitating around their stands. I have to admit, part of me is really interested in going around sampling the foods right away, but I don't know. But I know I should probably hold on for a while. But I know the first day is the best time to go sampling around the different displays, trying to see everything they have to offer. The reason for that is quite simple. In our school, the first day of the cultural festival is always closed for students and staff only. That gives students a chance to do a little test run before opening to the public, as well as just giving people some time to prepare for the larger influx that would soon follow. It's also the only reason why people who would usually be very busy can find themselves free. Like, hey you, good morning. Hey there, it looks like I'm not the only one sauntering around the school grounds early in the morning. Sauntering? Did you fall asleep on top of a dictionary or something? Are you going to get on my case just because I used an unusual word? I'm considering it. Did you run into anyone else yet? Last I checked, Urushiharu was trying to organize his class's haunted house. I ran into Saye-chan a bit earlier, but we just greeted each other in passing. She seemed a bit busy. Oh no, do you think our plans to walk around the festival together as a group won't pan out? I think it's a bit too early to tell. It's not even 9 a.m. yet. Fair enough, I guess. Huh? Is something the matter? Oh, no, everything's fine. You sure? You don't seem fine. I eyed Shoichi up and down, trying to get a feel for how he's feeling right now. Even though I expected him to be super down, he's acting incredibly normal. He's so casual right now that it's actually scaring me a little. Shoichi, are you okay? Huh? Why wouldn't I be? I mean, there was the competition yesterday and all. Yeah, there was. What about it? His neutral, composed reaction is such a far cry from what I saw yesterday that I choked for a second trying to come up with a response. But you're acting so nonchalant about it. I guess. Okay, Shoichi, I know you might think acting like nothing's wrong will keep me from worrying, but it's just making me worry even more. Don't be like that, I'm fine. I've had some time to process. Really? Because your voice doesn't make it sound like you're fine. One thing I've learned about Shoichi over the years is that whenever he's very upset, his voice tends to get really quiet and soft. It doesn't happen very often. To date, I can count how many times I've seen it on my fingers. The last one I remember was when the news of his parents divorcing first came out. Even though he was all smiles and acting like nothing was wrong, he was still very quiet and meek. You might have become very good at shouldering your burdens over the years, but even you can't act totally fine when something this huge happens. Come on, you, it's not a big deal. Look, I'll give you a pass because we're out in the open, but once the two of us are alone, I want to talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. We'll talk, and that's that. Man, you can be really pushy sometimes. Only because I care. Heh, I guess. Anyway, I should probably get going. There are still some things I need to do before I can really consider myself free. Alright, I'll see you later, Shoichi. You bet. Even inside the school hallways, the whole place is packed with students running down the halls in a rush. It's kind of funny. I'm almost 100% sure none of these people would be in such a rush if they were trying to get to something like a class they're late for. Priorities, I guess. As I'm going up the stairs to my floor, I see Keikun about to head downstairs. Ah, Yuichi-san, good morning. Good morning. He promptly greets me with a smile, stopping right in front of the staircase. I finish climbing the last few steps so I can be level with him. Are you just arriving? I thought you would have gotten here earlier so you could spend as much time checking out the festival as possible. Puh! And miss a chance to sleep in? No way. Fair enough. My class is kind of rushing trying to get everything set up properly. We found out that there's still too much light creeping in through the windows, so they're trying to tape them off. Isn't that going to be a huge hassle to remove later? Probably. I'm trying not to think about it. The whole thing is already a chore to work on as is. My condolences. By the way, are you still going to have free time later today for all of us to get together? For sure. I told them I'd be ducking out today already. I already have people to cover for me. The whole class is already much more excited about the concept of our venue than I am, so there's no lack of volunteers. People actually want to be working during the festival? That's kind of sad. I'm pretty sure the opposite of person that refuses to work and just gives more work to others is much, much sadder. Not at all subtle there. I wasn't trying to be. Any idea when I can swing by your class's display? We'll probably be up and running in about an hour or so. Although, honestly, I don't see the appeal in doing a haunted house thing in the middle of the morning. I'm pretty sure it'd still be fun. You and I have very different ideas of fun. What's that? Could it be that it scares you too much? Whoa, really? I wasn't expecting that. Shut up. I'm not one for cheap thrills, okay? That's a very refined way to say you're chicken. Ugh, you can be so annoying sometimes. Aw, thanks. That wasn't a compliment. Either way, I need to get going right now. Can't afford to start slacking right now. Alright, good luck. Thanks, I'll see you later. Keikun passes by me and walks down the stairs. I turn to watch him go, lingering in my spot for a second before continuing to make my way up. As soon as I walk into my class, I see all the walls have been decorated with strips of colored paper, and with multiple paper lanterns dangling from the ceiling. I know this place was decorated on Friday, but I swear there are more lanterns here than there were when I last checked. Still, as soon as the door was opened, an orange figure runs up to me excitedly. Ooh, nice outfit, Jun. Yuichi-san! I've barely even had time to acclimate to my surroundings, and he's already boisterously jumping around in front of me. Hey there, Jun, you look pretty happy. I am. Look at me. I got my waiter uniform. I'm about to say my wafer uniform. I got my waiter uniform. Look, isn't it cool? Jun spins around where he stands, trying to show off the whole thing to me. Does it look great on me? Yes, it does, Jun. You look very cute in that uniform. What? Cute? I'm not cute. That's for girls. I don't know what to tell you there, Jun. You're pretty cute. Nuh-uh, I'm not. Alright. You're not cute. Settle down there. No need to get so fussy over it. I'm not fussy. Oh man, trying to keep a straight face after hearing that is really tough. Anyway, you're all set to be a waiter, huh? Yes, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have no idea how going around serving people food is supposed to be fun, but hey, to each his own. I look around the room, seeing a few of our classmates dressed in similar clothes to Jun. For some reason, there are barely any waitresses here. In fact, most of them are guys. What happened to the girls? It's looking like a real sausage party in here. Sausage party? Oh, never mind. Probably shouldn't use an expression like that around Jun. I really don't need to taint him with that sort of thing. Anyway, what happened to the girls? It's mostly just guys around here. Oh, I actually asked Ayoko-san about that. She said most girls refused to wear the Chinese dresses, but they said that they all agreed anyway, so the guys would too. Got a bump on my leg. It's so itchy. Itchy bump. So she basically used the promise of girls in Chinese dresses as bait to get more waiters. That's really scummy. The improv kitchen is looking pretty good though. Although, why is it all hidden behind panels? The entire area that used to be the blackboard has been walled off with wooden bamboo panels and then got decorated with multiple Chinese symbols. Dragons, lions, some letters. Wait, is that the Chinese zodiac over there? Apparently Jun-kun said he felt too shy about cooking with the guests being able to see him. But doesn't walling off the whole area mean that the heat from the burners will be trapped in there? Yeah, Jun-kun was complaining about that. These guys are insane. No, but there are a few holes cut out the corner so the waiters can pick up the food when it's ready. Seriously, how the hell did you people have all these crazy ideas? Hopefully there won't be any accidents. You don't have to worry about the others, Yuichi-san. As the eldest one here, I'll make sure to look after them. You're the one most at risk of causing an accident. Maybe I should talk to Jen about and ask him not to let Jun handle any hot plates. Will they even serve cold plates? Jun-kun, we need your help here. A voice calls Jun from amidst the mess of chairs and panels on the other side of the room. Ah, I'm coming. Sorry, Yuichi-san. We'll have to talk later. It's alright. I'm gonna take a walk around the place. We'll meet up later. Yeah, I can wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Jun scurries away and disappears into the kitchen area. Smiling and shaking my head slightly, I make my way out the door to explore the festival a little more. A few hours later. After I walked around for a bit on my own, I noticed the time we agreed to meet was coming close to arriving. Once I got to the agreed-upon meeting place, I decided to stand around with my hands in my pockets and just watch the students passing by while I waited. Even though there are probably a lot of students who decided they couldn't be bothered to show up today, the place still feels so much livelier than usual. Somehow, even though I tend to hate crowds, watching all these students my own age walking around with their friends and having fun kind of makes me feel, I don't know, kind of at ease. It's a weird feeling. Osu! Of course, my pleasant, relaxed mood is soon interrupted by this troglodyte that I call my childhood friend. With her now commonplace loud greeting. Hey, Sayatan, you're here early. So are you. I guess that's true. How come you're not wearing your uniform? Sayatan looks down at herself, examining her own clothes front and back. I think to myself why she would even need to do this, given that she's the one who got dressed. She should know that what the hell she's wearing. I guess I just wanted to be comfy. You guess? Yeah. You're way too simple-minded. Hey, Yuichi-kun, how have you been enjoying the festival so far? It's pretty good, although I think I prefer the one we had last year. Really? That one was kind of dull for me. That's just because you got stuck behind a desk for most of it and couldn't go around exploring. Ah, you remembered. It's not exactly a hard thing to remember at all. Man, I'm really pumped right now. Really? How come? Well, first of all, there's the bonfire dance. I don't want to miss that. Ironic that you would say that considering you've never been to it in the last 2 years. Well, sure, but this year I actually have someone to dance with me, so as per school tradition, I'll attend. School tradition? Yeah, don't you remember? They say that 2 people who dance together around the bonfire will be tied together forever. Although that's more of a platonic thing. Most of the people who do it are friends. There are a few couples that do it too. I guarantee you most of these couples will have broken up before the year is over. Probably. But that's not all I'm excited about. I ran into Hotoka-chan this morning and she told me something huge. Apparently she was on the phone with Shoichi after the competition and she heard something big. Oh yeah? What is it? Shoichi apparently got scouted yesterday. Ah, is that it? What do you mean, is that it? This is hardly the first time he's been scouted. A bunch of teams have already tried to scout him before. Well, I guess that's true. But this time he's different. How so? The scout that talked to him was from the Yokota Panthers. What? The Yokota Panthers? It's the #1 professional volleyball team in the country. Are you serious? That's huge. I know, isn't it great? I'm surprised Shoichi would even tell her. He usually just turns these offers down without saying a word. She told me he was on the phone with her when the scout rang the doorbell. He rang the doorbell? That's kind of weird. Usually they either contact you by email or approach you after the competition. I mean, he did disappear yesterday after the match. I guess that's true. Shit, I'm not supposed to be feeling bothered, but I know Hotoka-chan is his sister, but she didn't even show up to watch the competition. And he wasn't even reading my messages or answering my calls yesterday. How come he was talking to her? Are you okay, Yuichi-kun? You seem a little out of it. Did you stay up all night again? What? No, I'm fine. I thought you'd be excited about this. I want to be, but we have no reason to believe he won't turn that offer down too. What? But it's the Panthers. There's no way he'd turn an offer from them down. You'd be surprised. Especially considering the conversation I had with him yesterday. I highly doubt he'd accept their offer just like that. Ah, look, here comes the boys. I look up on cue with her announcement, seeing the 3 of them walking out of the main building. Shoichi smiles and waves once he realizes we see them. This is surprising. Did you 3 meet up on the stairs or something? Not exactly. Urata and I met up inside, but we decided to fetch Kobayashi first. He looked like he was really overwhelmed trying to wait on tables. He was jumping from one place to the other in a hurry. It was really funny. That's not exactly something you should be laughing about, you ass. I look over at Jun, who is still taking deep breaths, with beads of sweat rolling down his brow and mixing in with his fur. Are you okay? You don't look so good. I'm fine. It's just, I didn't realize how hot it would get in the classroom once the burners were all on, and we had a bunch of people inside. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!